What's going on, herd? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Storming outside, so if you hear some rumbling and grumbling, it's just the thunder. Don't worry about it. Today is the day we get in Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s Mustang. Now, here's the deal, guys. Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Chelsea DeNofa, get out of here. Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Chelsea DeNofa are running very, very similar setups this year. They are on the RTR team. They both are on the same team. Ready to rock is what it stands for, not ready to race. And so we will be definitely building both vehicles. Well, here's the deal. It's the same dang vehicle with a different wrap and different wheels on it. So we're going to be, it'll be, you know, two different episodes, but it's going to be pretty similar in the handling and, you know, how we rock and roll on these things. But I figured instead of just consolidating both into one video, it's probably a little bit better to make both videos, both for the channel and to keep separate on some of the stuff that we're doing to these things. So let's bring you through the build and let's go do some drifting. So first off, let's take you through the upgrades. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, what the heck engine are you going to be running? I chose to run the stock V8 in this thing. Now, they are running a Roush Yates aluminum block V8, you know, that runs 9,000 RPMs. We can't really build that thing in here. So I kept it stock, so you're wondering, well, what the heck are you going to do with all the extra, how are you going to build the power up? We did manage to get it up to the 981 horsepower range, and they are at 950 horsepower, so obviously 2 thumbs up on that, 742 foot-pounds of torque, and we should be doing pretty well with this car. So how did we do that? Well, we definitely put in a supercharger. I realize it may not be as accurate as it could be, but hey, it's the only way we can make that kind of power in this car. So we did a supercharger, left it rear-wheel drive, of course. It's a drift car. And from there, we went through and we added in everything. The fuel system, ignition, everything. We maxed it out, including the higher-end supercharger. That got us up to the 980 horsepower. For handling and performance, we got this going. We put everything in there, ripped it down, stripped it down, did everything we could. The only difference that we did here is we are going to be rocking the rally springs and dampers on these two builds here with Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Chelsea DeNofa. We are going to do some tuning. We have not tuned this vehicle up yet. I have not even gotten to drive it a little bit. So we're going to be lowering that back end down and leaving that front end a little bit higher, kind of the natural build that those are in. Now, you will see that these two will pop up at front wheel and it'll be, you know, not even on the ground. That's because they have independent rear suspension. Again, we can't do that here, so it is what it is. So all in all, we left everything the same for like the rim size. The wheels that we did choose to run, probably not Vaughn Gittin's exact sponsor, of course, but we tried to get them as close to his real wheel deal. So the HRE S101s is what we are running here. It's pretty close to the real deal rims that he's running in real life, but, you know, obviously a little bit different as well. It was the closest thing I could find in the game and try to keep it realistic. So that is the build. That is the upgrades. We will definitely be tuning this thing as we get moving forward. But for right now, let's hear what the old guy's got to say about Ford.
Henry Ford didn't just change the auto industry, he changed America. He changed the world. He actually worked for Thomas Edison in the 1890s as an engineer, so he knew something about invention and he knew a lot about business. The famous assembly line production technique he perfected wasn't just the best way to build cars, it made them affordable for average people, which made his market bigger. And he expanded internationally to make it even bigger than that. He might be an interesting figure in history, but you can't argue with the empire he left behind.
Now, one other thing I'd like to show you guys is the exact design that I use. I like to show you guys this and give, obviously, credit where credit's due. A lot of time goes into making these wraps. So, all right, so I didn't want to load up. I couldn't show you guys the differences, unfortunately. I don't really know why it wouldn't, but this is the one we chose. And the reason why we chose it is obviously you're looking for the gray front end for the newest build. It's fading into the black, and then the most important for the difference on why I chose this one from UK Booyah X was the blue on the back. He has like a blue zebra print that does, that's the closest thing I can explain it to, that it appears on the back spoiler, and it actually is supposed to be in the a little bit on the back here in front of the rear wheel, but I didn't get too set on that. The other one that was gray and had that setup, that similar setup, it just did not have the right layout in the back there on the spoiler. It didn't have the blue spoiler, so we did choose this one. Again, there's the creator over there on the side, and that's how you can go ahead and grab it for yourself. Alright, so let's pull over and let's get a little tune on this thing and kind of show you guys what I do for the general tunes. Now, again, I'm no expert at this, but I do know generally what I'm looking at for what we want here. So I'm going to leave that alone. The gearing I'm going to leave alone as well for a second. I don't know exactly where we're at with that. Camber, I mean, they run ridiculous camber, so we'll start with 4.5 degrees negative up front. We will we'll keep it at the negative ½ degree in the back. No toe, and we will keep a high angle on the front casters. Roll bars, I'm going to go and make these a little bit softer. Kind of give us that real-world independent rear suspension kind of a feel, but it's not really going to, in a sense. It's just going to kind of feel a little bit more toppy-turny. Springs, they are really soft. I believe that is because we have the rally build. So we are going to stiffen these springs up a little bit, not too crazy of an amount. I noticed keeping the things pretty close to even was really allowing me to keep a pretty decent drift in the last one with the James Dean's S15 Sylvia. Now, ride height, we're going to keep it real high in the front, but in the rear, we are going to drop this thing down. So we're going to go like that. I'm going to leave this alone as well. Aero, the brakes, and the differential, we'll move that up on high acceleration. I don't know if that's necessary, but I do believe it's just common sense. As you've seen, we dropped her right down. We got a little bit of camber up front, and that gave us a lot more of a real-world look there on how they're doing the drifting. So let's see how this beast goes. Alright, at this point in time, I think you know what we gotta do. Alright, so at this point in time, I think you all know what we gotta go do. We gotta go hit a free roam. We gotta find some dang drifters. Alright, I'm definitely officially sick of this dang parking lot, so I'm going to go over here. We're going to try to hit something new up for the vidya. Biggest thing I noticed with this car, just kind of starting it off, kind of breaking it down a little bit, it's a big car. It's a long car. It's when getting used to those smaller cars, I think that might have been why that S15 felt so dang good, because it was just a nice, smaller, compact car. This thing's long. It's still fun. It's a nice car. I like it. Deal is it's different. You got to really get used to it. It's hard for me to keep this thing at a good angle. I wouldn't say that. It's just hard for me to keep it at an angle when I enter in tight spots. I want to just straighten it out, and it's just because I don't feel like I'm going to fit into some places. But also something with the tune, it's making me spin out a little bit more. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Like I said, I'm not a professional at tuning these dang cars. So in time, I'll learn. Yeah, this is a tight little area for this beast. This is a long car, like I said. It's definitely a long car. Where else is a good drifting spot? I know that construction site's a pretty decent... No, it's decent. That's about all I can really say about it, though. All right, I got a little lost in time there. I was doing a drift area. I was doing just a side to side out there on the airport. Sorry, I'm kind of concentrating a little bit, stuttering. Yeah, I lost a little bit of time. I got like a 700,000 thing. I didn't realize how easy it was to get along. I can't even talk. I'm halfway concentrated, halfway not concentrated. All I was saying is I was out there on the dang airport trying to get a real long skill point chain, whatever they're called. This is pretty cool how in the shade it's still wet, and then as soon as you get into a sunny area it's dry. That's pretty accurate. I do like that a lot. It's actually the first time I'm noticing that too. I haven't paid close enough attention to that kind of a thing. I must admit I kind of avoid the rain. Damn Mini Cooper. Do a little bit more drifting action. Like I said, I'm not going to sit in the dang parking lot the whole time here. It just gets really old, and you got to sit there for about 10 different lobbies just to find that good drifter that's got a similar build to you, and then try to get in that lobby where it does not have some douchebag trying to crash into you constantly. It just gets a little annoying. Just kind of knocking out these drift areas here. Kind of fun, kind of fun. Here's another one. Now, some people are probably wondering what the hell the point of this series is. Are you just trying to make some videos just to put some content up? Like, I tried to make it a point in the beginning. There's not a ton I can do in this game. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we've stuck it up. So people are like, well, just do races. Well, you know, how many races are you really going to want to see? Honestly, what? A dirt one? It's not what I wanted to do. But as I was saying, how many races are you really going to want to see? Oh. Alright, homies and homettes, that is going to do it for this one. Now, you know, judging off the James Dean build, I don't know. I think that's still the better one in the two. At least it's my style. I can't say it's better, it's just my preferred style. This car is still pretty sweet. Obviously, it's Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s Mustang. It's the FD car. But, I don't know, it's long, it's a lot more cumbersome, it's got a lot more body roll, if that's a word, whatever, you know what I mean, the inertia. You know, if you're looking in the basics of practicality, of learning how to drift, this one is a little bit long, a little bit beefy for my personal desire. Now, I get that other people may debate that. They may say, oh, this is the perfect one, or this and that, and they may have good reason for it, too. I'm pretty new to this stuff on the Forza, so I can't say that I'm, you know, I know everything by any means, because I don't even know most of the stuff. I'm learning every single time I get on here. I learn something new, and that's what I enjoy about this game. I've actually had a lot of ambition to play this game too. I turn it off, and it seems like within an hour or two later, I'm popping it right back on to play more. So that's pretty cool. I really do enjoy playing the game, even though in the very beginning I was like, man, this guy, it's gonna kind of get boring. It's gonna kind of get stale, but thankfully, it really hasn't. I got a lot of ideas, and doing the FD builds are really keeping me lively. I got a lot of FD possibilities here that we can be putting together, and I, you know, kind of noticing things that I wish were in the game, too, so we can talk about that as we move forward as well, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos if you're sharing the videos. If you're not sharing the videos, start sharing the videos, damn it. All right. As always, guys, I hope y'all stay happy. Whoa, stay positive. And we will definitely speak to you next time.